So what a crazy year it's been. We are finally, though, here in the playoffs. We have some really good teams in this playoffs, and we've got the Steelers. If the Steelers somehow win the Super Bowl, it's going to bite me in the ass. But we've got some really good teams in this playoffs. It's a fun playoff picture. And in this video, we are going to predict every single playoff matchup and who I think is going to win the Super Bowl. And before I get into the predictions, folks, make sure that subscribe button down below for some more content like this here on the channel. I do UFC predictions every single week. And last year, actually, I predicted the entire playoff bracket as well. Now, we didn't get the entire bracket correctly, but I mean, I may or may not have picked the Buccaneers to win the Super Bowl, and it happened. So just saying, let's see our predictions though for this year. So I mean, this probably won't be the longest video. I'm just gonna give my quick predictions on each game. So the first wildcard game, we've got the Bengals and the Vegas Raiders. This is the first one on Saturday. The Bengals are the 4th seed and the Raiders are the 5. I mean, the Raiders are okay. You know, they've dealt with a lot this season. The Bengals really are playing their best football right now. I mean, you saw that in the Chiefs game. It was evident that, you know, Joe Burrow is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Joe Mixon is a very good running back. Jamar Chase might be one of the best receivers in the NFL as well. And don't get me wrong, the Raiders are a very talented football team that just beat the Los Angeles Chargers on Sunday Night Football to get in this spot. But the Bengals are playing their best football right now. I think the Raiders are a good story getting here, but I just don't think they're going to go to Cincinnati and win. I really like Burrow and the Bengals here. One of the most confident picks for me, honestly, in this first round. Probably second, and you might be able to guess what the first is. But yeah, I really like the Bengals to win this game here at home. They should be able to take care of business against the Vegas Raiders. So the Patriots and Bills do battle for the 3rd time this season. Of course, the Patriots come into this game with their rookie quarterback, Mac Jones, who really looks like the best quarterback in the draft class from last year. I know, you know, talent-wise, maybe there's some better guys out there, but in the current scheme that he's in, Mac Jones has done a tremendous job. Now, there has been some struggles, and I'm looking at last week against the Miami Dolphins because really, I feel like for all these games, it's not really important looking at the entire year. It's just how these teams are coming into the playoffs. Because like for last year example, like you look at the Buccaneers, yeah, they played well throughout the entire year, but they really caught on towards the end of the season. And when you're looking at some other teams as well, like, I don't know, the Bears last year who stumbled in the playoffs. I mean, they weren't supposed to be in there in the first place, but the Bears were bad going in the playoffs, and they got blown out by the Saints in the first round, Nickelodeon. But nonetheless, you got the Patriots coming off that loss to Miami, and then you got the Bills. They just beat the Jets. These teams are 1-1 of the year. The first game was played in Buffalo. It was that real windy game, and the Patriots took care of business in that weird game where they threw the ball 3 times. I mean, Damian Harris did a very good game. They ran the ball a lot. Same with the Bills, but they threw just a little bit more. In the second game, of course, the Bills won in Gillette. This one is back in Buffalo. I really think this is a pure toss-up. I know it's going to be tough for Belichick and the Patriots to win with a rookie quarterback because they've been used to, you know, having Tom Brady in this spot. They're going on the road, division rivals. For the 3rd time they're seeing the Bills. I just don't think Bill Belichick is losing twice in one season to the Buffalo Bills. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think they're going to find a way to stop Stephon Diggs on offense. Going to be able to find a way to neutralize Josh Allen. And yeah, I'm barely going with the Patriots here. I think this is another pure toss-up. But really, I like the Patriots to edge out a very close victory in Buffalo and advance to the 2nd round. Now we've got the 2-7 matchup here in the NFC is between the reigning champs, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are doing all right. Of course, they rest most of their starters in that game against the Dallas Cowboys last week. They played Gardner Minshew instead of Jalen Hurts. And the Buccaneers, they played their guys in Week 18 against the Carolina Panthers. The Bucs are struggling. You know all their problems with their injuries, and really their playoff run is going to be dependent on if they can get all these guys back from injury and how those guys are playing. Because I'll say right now, I think the Buccaneers will probably beat the Eagles. They probably will, but I'm gonna go a little bit more into this than some of the other games. Okay, it all depends on Tampa's injuries. And I feel like a lot of people are saying, okay, look at this game. The Eagles run the ball a lot. The Buccaneers have a very good run defense, and Tampa throws the ball a lot, and Philly does not have a very good pass defense. The second part is true. I think that's gonna be a big factor in this game. I think the Bucs can be able to throw the ball a lot on the Eagles. The problem is Darius Slay is going to be on Mike Evans the entire game, so it's really going to have to open up opportunities for Rob Gronkowski, who didn't play the first game against the Eagles earlier this season. We'll see if Cyril Grayson's back from injury. Tyler Johnson's going to have to play a big role. Rashad Perriman, and of course, Scotty Miller's probably going to have a role in this game too, maybe even Jalen Darden. But it's really dependent. I think the Eagles are going to be able to run the football on the Buccaneers. You look at the first game that Tampa and Philly played, the Eagles just didn't run the football at all. Like Sirianni thought, hey, we're just going to throw the ball a million times at Jalen Hurts, hope we can win. They almost came back at the end and almost won that game. So in this game, I'm assuming, and the way you beat the Buccaneers, like the Panthers did on their first drive in Week 18, they had the ball for 8 minutes at the start of the game against Tampa, and they score a touchdown. If Philly's going to win this game, that's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to run the ball a lot. They're going to hope that they have a healthy Miles Sanders. They're going to have to hope they have a healthy Boston Scott coming back from injury. A lot of these running backs, you know, hopefully back at 100% for the Eagles team. You know Jalen Hurts can run the football. So it's just going to be all dependent if Tampa can stop the run, because recently, I know everyone says they have a great run defense. Recently, that hasn't been the case. I'm just talking like 3 weeks. Wasn't the case in the Jets game. Ty Johnson had a very good game against the Buccaneers. Same with Michael Carter before he got injured. And then the Panthers game, I mean, again, in the second half, the Buccaneers defense played really well, but in the first half, it wasn't their best performance against the run. So Tampa has been struggling as of late. But I think they should be able to do enough to beat the Eagles in this game. It all just depends, though, if they get their guys back at 100%. If Levante David can come back, if Shaq Barrett can come back, if JPP can come back, of course, Leonard Fournette on the offensive side of the football can come back, Cyril Grayson can come back. If they can get all these guys back, Gio Bernard as well, then I think they should be able to beat the Philadelphia Eagles. We're going with the Buccaneers. I don't think this one is going to be a blowout at all. I think the Eagles are going to cover. I think they're going to lose, but I think it's going to be a close game. I'm saying like Tampa by like 4. I think they're going to get the win, though. Two teams playing very good football right now. You got the Dallas Cowboys, you got the San Francisco 49ers. We are revisiting this rivalry here in the playoffs, of course, in Dallas, Texas. The Cowboys, again, had that win over the Eagles last week. I mean, the Eagles were resting their starters. The Cowboys in the first half, probably a more competitive game than you would like against Philly playing their backups, but you look back at the Cardinals game that they did not win. That's why they are at this spot. Actually, they probably would have been 3 no matter what, considering the Rams lost, but whatever. The Cowboys here at 3 against the 49ers. The Cardinals game wasn't great. They came on at the end of that game, but Kyler Murray was able to do his thing against this Cowboys defense, and the offense for Dallas wasn't great in the first part of that game. Latter half of that one, the Cowboys did start to come on, but it's been shaky for the Cowboys. You know their offense. You know what they're, if they're at their best, it's going to be like the Washington football team game where they score, 49 points on Washington, 56 points. And Washington's not a bad defense at all. Can they do that against the 49ers? The 49ers last week impressed me so much going to Los Angeles and beating the Rams. I know they beat them 6 straight times now, and I know they beat the Rams earlier this season as well, but this is a team that was down 21-0. They come back. They end up beating the Rams. Sean McVay had never lost a game after leading at halftime in his entire career. And the San Francisco 49ers, Jimmy Garoppolo, Deebo Samuel is having one of the best years as a receiver in a very long time. I know Cooper Kupp he plays in the Rams too, but still, Deebo Samuel's having a tremendous breakout season. It's not like I trade him in fantasy for DeAndre Hopkins. Not like I did that at all, but trust me, I was trying to sell high in week 2. But the Niners are a very good football team. They can run the ball a lot. Jimmy Garoppolo, he's not at 100%, but Garoppolo did enough to win the game in Los Angeles. He's got his weapons. He's got Brandon Ayuk. He's got George Kittle. He's got Deebo Samuel. That team can put up points. It's just going to be solely dependent if the defense can shut down Dak Prescott. They can shut down CeeDee Lamb. They can shut down Amari Cooper. They can shut down Dalton Schultz, Tony Pollard. Hell, Corey Clement's on that team now too, and of course in Ezekiel Elliott, who just hasn't looked to himself this season, even though he did run for over 1,000 yards. The Cowboys offense has just been weird all year. They haven't looked like the Cowboys offense of old, and I don't think they're going to be able to parlay that into a playoff win. I truly think the 49ers are going to pull off an upset here. I really liked what I saw in that game against the Los Angeles Rams. I'm going with the San Francisco 49ers to go on the road. I think they're going to beat the Dallas Cowboys. Give me the Niners to win this game, and they're now heading to Lambeau. I mean, hey, Big Ben gets another game. That's cool, right? Roethlisberger gets to play another one. Unfortunately, though, this one's not going to end very well. You know the result of this game. I mean, come on. The Chiefs get the Steelers. It's essentially another bye week. The Steelers can't put up points. And their defense, sure, are they playing well recently? Yeah, but they just played the Chiefs. And what happened? The Chiefs blew them out. This game's not close, guys. Like, if there was ever a lock in a playoff game, like, this is the Saints and the Bears from last year. This is like when, I don't know, I mean, this is when the Patriots got to play like the Texans in the second round a couple years ago with Brock Osweiler as quarterback. It's one of those games. Nothing against the Steelers, but like, cool. I like the story. I like that Big Ben gets another game. I guess I like that. I don't know, but I mean, this game just happened 4 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, and Kansas City won 36-10. The game's back at Arrowhead. The Chiefs are going to blow out the Steelers. I'm just going to look at the odds just for my own curiosity. 12.5 for the Chiefs. Yeah, hammer that damn thing. They are going to destroy the Steelers. It's on Sunday night because of course it is, because, Patrick Mahomes is playing. Yeah, the Chiefs are going to blow out the Steelers. This game's not competitive. So probably be it for Big Ben unless he gets some like weird run in Denver next season, which I can just imagine happening, like just maybe. I wouldn't rule it out, but nah, this is going to be all Mahomes and the Chiefs. They're going to go take care of business, win at home, and beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. Monday Night Football in the playoffs, personally, I don't like it. I mean, sure, there's extra football on Monday. That's cool, but like, I just think it's kind of a disadvantage for these two teams. Like, given, yeah, you could win on Sunday in a normal format and have to play Saturday the next week. I just don't like the Monday night thing. It's weird. Of course, the winner of this game has to play the Packers on Sunday the next week, but still just kind of weird. Cardinals and Rams, it is a divisional matchup, of course. Back in Los Angeles, these two teams split the season series. The first one was in Los Angeles. The Cardinals went on the road and won. The second game, the Rams went to Arizona and won. So here we go. It is Rams and Cardinals. Obviously, DeAndre Hopkins still not playing for Arizona. The game where they lost to Seattle is concerning to me. But also the Rams losing the 49ers is concerning to me too. Both these teams weren't playing their best football at the end of the season. Like, the Rams beat the Ravens by 1 point 2 weeks ago, but they had a struggle to beat a very injured Ravens team who had Tyler Huntley at quarterback, who I think is a very good football player, but still, they barely beat a very injured Baltimore Ravens team, and then they lose the 49ers, and then the Cardinals, okay, they win a game. They beat the Cowboys, all right, even though they were losing a crap ton. They lost the Lions, they beat the Cowboys, and then they lose to the Seahawks, who just aren't playing for anything. And if the Cardinals beat the Seahawks, they would have won the division. I think they would have been 3 if I'm not mistaken, or at least they would have got this game at home. They would have had a first-round home game. Instead, they now have to go back to Los Angeles. But they did it once before. Can they do it again? We're going to have to wait and see. Stafford's never won a playoff game. I mean, Kyler Murray hasn't as well, but at least this is Kyler's first shot at it. I don't know about the Rams. Like, their defense is good. Aaron Donald on the front line, Von Miller. They can pressure the quarterback all day long. They can do that all day long. But can Matt Stafford finally show up in the big moment? He's got Cooper Kupp, maybe the best receiver in football. I would say he's the best receiver in football. You've got, of course, Odell Beckham. The running backs are very good as well. You've got Sony Michel. You got Cam Akers coming back. Darrell Henderson will probably be back for this game. I'll assume he'll be back for this game as well. But man, I just don't trust Matt Stafford in the playoffs. I hate to say it, but I do not trust the Rams at all. I think the Cardinals are going to go into Los Angeles, and I think they are going to win here on Monday Night Football. It feels like a trap game for the Rams. I think if they win this game, if everything goes to our plan, they would be playing the Buccaneers in the next round. The winner of this game would be playing Tampa. So Tampa versus the winner of this game, no matter what, will be on Sunday the next week. Excuse me, the Packers will probably be on Saturday against the 49ers. Nonetheless, give me the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are going to go shock the Rams again. They've done it once before in Los Angeles. They're going to do it again. And I don't think this is going to be a great Cardinals team, and I don't think it's a great Rams team either. I think both these teams are stumbling towards their way to the playoffs, and I know the Rams won 6 out of their last 7 going to the playoffs. But look at the teams they're playing. Jacksonville, Seattle, Minnesota, they barely beat Baltimore. I don't think the Rams are very good. I don't think the Cardinals are very good, but I'm going to barely take the Cardinals to win this game. So divisional round time, it should be the return of the king. Derrick Henry should be back in this game against the New England Patriots. I'm a Patriots fan, so a little bit of bias here, but nah, I think the Titans are pretty well set up to win this football game. They get the extra bye week, which means an extra week of rest for the best running back in the NFL. Maybe Jonathan Taylor has a say in that, but hell, the Colts lost the Jaguars, so I got nothing. But Titans and Patriots here, it's an uphill climb for the Patriots. That's all I'm going to say. Rookie quarterback, again, no rookie quarterback has started a Super Bowl. I don't think Mac Jones is going to be the first, unfortunately, for New England. The defense is good with the Patriots. Can the offense score against Tennessee? They'll probably be able to. I know the Patriots have beat the Titans before. The thing is, that game was in Foxborough. This one instead will be in Nashville. And oh, by the way, Derrick Henry's back. Ryan Tannehill becomes so much better with Derrick Henry as his running back, and it should be pretty obvious. And you think Ryan Tannehill and the Titans offense is playing pretty well right now with Deontay Foreman at running back. Just wait until they get Derrick Henry back. I don't care if Derrick Henry is I don't care if he's 50%. The Titans are just so much better with him because at least, even if he's 50%, he's at least a decoy. And it'll make the Patriots bite on every single play action fake that the Titans will run. It's gonna make Ryan Tannehill's life so much easier. If you think Ryan Tannehill is having success right now with his play action boots or with his keepers, his quarterback boots, he's gonna have even more now with Derrick Henry back involved. The Tennessee Titans are gonna win at home. They're gonna take care of business. They're gonna beat the New England Patriots. The Titans should win no matter who they play in the first round. Maybe Cincinnati will be a tough game, but I think the Titans are going to take care of business at home. Again, Derrick Henry back. We'll see at whatever availability he is at, but no matter what, as long as Derrick Henry is playing, he should have at least some impact on the game, even if he's not 100%. Again, when Derrick Henry's on the field, it makes the rest of the team so much better just because of the presence that Henry does possess. And I'm taking the Tennessee Titans to go beat the New England Patriots. The Titans are going to the AFC Championship game, and again, the AFC runs through Nashville. I'll be so pumped if we get this game again. Chiefs and Bengals, this time it will be in Kansas City. We just saw this game happen, and it was in Cincinnati, but what a banger of a game that was. Of course, Jamar Chase officially, he's had a tremendous rookie season, but that was the official breakout game for Jamar Chase. The Bengals winning 34-31 on an Evan McPherson game-winning field goal. I would be so pumped if we get this game again, and I truly think this is going to be a pure shootout. Because one thing's for sure, it's that the Kansas City Chiefs are not playing good defense right now. The Bengals stage one about their defense. They get into some low-scoring games, like the game against the Broncos, which is weird. They won 15-10. And the Niners game was low-scoring. They held the Pittsburgh Steelers to 10 points, the Raiders to 13. The Bengals are an interesting team. Same team that lost the Jets earlier this season. But hey, Zach Wilson's going to be a stud. I'm just saying, wait 6 years, Zach Wilson's going to win MVP. Save that. But Chiefs and Bengals, very good game. We just saw this one again a couple of weeks ago. I'm just concerned about the Chiefs when you give up that many points to Denver Broncos in Week 18 and a team, a game that they were trying to win. They were trying to be the Denver Broncos. They did, but they gave up a lot of points to Drew Lock. The Bengals played the Broncos, and they only gave up 10 points. I know what you're going to say. Okay, the Bengals didn't score on Denver. I don't give a damn because I literally just saw the Cincinnati Bengals against the Kansas City Chiefs defense put up 34, and Jamar Chase had a damn career day against the Chiefs. So you know what? I'm taking the Bengals to go on the road. I've seen it once. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to see it again. I think the Bengals beat the Chiefs. I think they go on the road and they win this game. I think it's a pure shootout. I don't trust the Chiefs defense. I trust the offense. I mean, you know what the Chiefs offense is going to bring. Mahomes, Hill, Kelsey, you know what they're going to bring. They have a tremendous offense. The Bengals have a good offense as well that can probably match the Chiefs scoring. They will match the Chiefs scoring. It's just a matter of the defenses. And when you match up Bengals and Chiefs defenses side by side, I like the Bengals defense ever so slightly in a shootout, and probably which will be the game of the playoffs. Give me the Cincinnati Bengals to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and the guys from Cincinnati are going to go to the AFC Championship game. They're going to take on the Titans. But yeah, give me the Bengals to go to the AFC Championship game. Enter Aaron Rodgers. The Green Bay Packers now will be taking on the San Francisco 49ers in the second round, this time in the divisional round, of course. The 49ers and the Packers had a very close game earlier in the season. It was in Santa Clara. Again, it was like week 3, if I do recall. Mason Crosby had a game-winning field goal. The final score of that game was 30-28 for the Packers. That's a very different Packers team than what we get right now. Aaron Rodgers is playing some of his best football in his entire career. And like, say what you want, the top 2 quarterbacks in the league for damn sure are Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. I don't care where you put them. That's how good these two guys are right now. They both deserve to win the MVP. And it might be fitting if we see those two guys in the NFC Championship games. But hey, the Niners have a say in that. And of course, the Arizona Cardinals are going to have a say in that as well. This, though, is going to be in Lambeau. And the Packers, I mean, they haven't lost at home in a very long time. Last time they lost at home wasn't this season. It was last year against, of course, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the NFC Championship game. And I think the Packers are going back to the NFC Championship game. I don't know what the 49ers are going to do to stop Aaron Rodgers. Their pass coverage isn't great. I mean, I know they played solid against the Rams, but it's a lot different playing Aaron Rodgers compared to Matthew Stafford. Rodgers is going to pick apart a defense. He knows what to do against some of these mediocre/subpar defenses in the NFL. Sure, will the 49ers be able to score? I think they will. Like, honestly, I think the run game will work against the Packers. I think they will pick up a lot of good yardage on the ground. I think Deebo Samuel, of course, going to make a huge difference in this game like he does always for the 49ers. He is their best playmaker. But in the end, it's tough picking the 49ers going on the road to Green Bay. It seems a lot similar to the Packers game in the division last year against the Los Angeles Rams, the game where it's like, okay, I mean, yeah, the 49ers have a okay shot, but like last year, Jared Goff came into that game with like a broken thumb. I mean, hell, Garoppolo's got a bone chipped in his thumb as well, or his finger as well. It'll be a tough game for the 49ers going all the way up to Lambeau, to Green Bay, Wisconsin, taking on Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. Give me the Packers to go to the NFC Championship game for the 3rd straight season. I like the Packers to be the 49ers. So who will join the Packers in Lambeau Field for the NFC Championship game? Will it be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for the 2nd straight year in a row, or will it be the Arizona Cardinals? If DeAndre Hopkins comes back, it will probably have to be for the NFC Championship game. So I don't think if the Cardinals get to this spot, I don't think D-Hop will be back just yet, which incredibly favors the Buccaneers. Because like in the Eagles game, top threat's Devontae Smith. Okay, Devontae Smith's going to be a good receiver in this football league for a very long time. The Eagles aren't known for their pass game. The Cardinals can throw the football a lot, but when you take away DeAndre Hopkins, I know he didn't have the best season this year. It really suffers. The Cardinals' passing offense suffers a lot. So when you get down to it, can the Buccaneers score in the Arizona Cardinals? 100%. You know Tom Brady's going to be able to score. I don't care Mike Evans is his only weapon, or, he's got Gronk as well. But still, those two guys alone make up for two of the best receiver tight end duos in the NFL. And I know, a healthy D-Hop and Zach Ertz can make a play for that as well with the Arizona Cardinals. But if Tampa gets healthy, and that's the big if Tampa can get healthy. If they're not healthy, it's going to be, I'm not going to say it's going to be easy to beat Tampa in the playoffs, but it's going to be a whole lot easier to beat Tampa in this playoffs if they don't have JPP, if they don't have Shaq Barrett, if they don't have Leonard Fournette, if they don't have all these, Levante David, if they don't have Gio Bernard, if all those guys aren't healthy, Cyril Grayson, it's going to be a whole hell of a lot easier to beat them. But if those guys are healthy, like Bruce Arians is saying, the only question mark is Lavonte David, which is a huge question mark because he's probably the most valuable player on that entire list I just named. If Lavonte comes back, I think the Bucs are going to be a pretty dominant force because that defense is probably going to be back to where they were at last season in the postseason. But if Leonard Fournette comes back, the run game comes back from Tampa Bay, and I don't think Arizona's going to be able to stop the pass as well from Tom. Of course, the Cardinals have a good offense in their own right. James Conner, Chase Edmonds in the backfield. Of course, Kyler Murray, a very good quarterback as well. But when you look at it, Tom Brady's not losing the Arizona Cardinals in the playoffs. It's just not happening. Tampa's going to go in to this game against the Cardinals. It's at home at Raymond James. Tampa's not losing this one. They're going to beat the Arizona Cardinals, and we will get a rematch of last year's NFC Championship game. We're getting the Packers and the Bucs one more time. But for now, we're going with Tom Brady and the Buccaneers to return to the NFC Championship game. AFC Championship game now. We have got the Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry-led Tennessee Titans taking on the explosive offense, of course, led by Joey Burrow and, of course, the Cincinnati Bengals. This should be a fun one. Two very good offenses. Of course, the Titans known for their run offense. The Bengals known for their pass offense, but of course, they can run the football well as well. Of course, with Joe Mixon. Should be a good one. It'll be the 1 seed versus the 4 seed if this does happen. Two division winners in this game. Just depends. I think this really depends on if Derrick Henry's healthy or not. Because the first game that the Titans play, they don't have to show you how healthy Derrick Henry really is against the New England Patriots. You're not going to know. You're not going to know how healthy Henry is. They can still kind of hide an injury from Derrick Henry going into the Patriots game. But if he's not 100% going to this Bengals game, which I'm not assuming he's going to be at 100% for, the Bengals are going to know what Derrick Henry they're getting. And if they're getting the best Derrick Henry, that's still going to let them, have some time to prepare for that 100% or at least, 90% health Derrick Henry. But if he's not 100%, takes away a whole lot out of Tannehill and the Titans offense, which, it's focused on so much, the run game and how they can adapt and play through that run with the play action and all that. If the Bengals know that, and the Bengals can watch that game against the Titans, against the Patriots, it's going to benefit them a lot. And in any game, the Bengals are going to put up points. I truly believe right now the Bengals have one of the best offenses in the NFL. Joe Burrow's playing lights out football. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Joe Mixon, CJ Uzomah, the tight end. This offense is playing really well. As long as defense can just do a little bit of their part and keep the game competitive and keep this one close, I think Joe Burrow and the Bengals should be able to outscore some parts of the Ryan Tannehill-led Titans offense. I think the Bengals are going to outscore the Titans. I think the Bengals defense is going to get the stops that they need. Can the Titans pass defense hold up against the Bengals? Sure, they probably can, but when you look at it, I'm taking the Bengals again. Yeah, I'm taking the Bengals 3 straight games to go to the Super Bowl. Yeah, the Bengals in the Super Bowl. Who would have thought? But I really like this Bengals team, man. They're so fun to watch. They've got an explosive offense, a high-powered offense. They throw the football all damn game. And oh, by the way, yes, they can run the football as well. Give me the Cincinnati Bengals to go to the Super Bowl. They will meet the winner of the Green Bay Packers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But for now, Joe Burrow heads to the Super Bowl with the Bengals in his first year coming off that torn ACL. His second year in the NFL, the Bengals are going to the Super Bowl. 2 years in a row. Buccaneers, Packers, NFC Championship game, same location, Green Bay, Wisconsin. Who will be able to get the job done? It's Rodgers, Brady 2 here in the playoffs. It's kind of like the same game when you think about it. I think a lot of people forget Antonio Brown didn't play the game in the NFC Championship game last season. I know the Packers had their injuries in their own rights. Both these teams are going to have injuries. Will Jair Alexander be at 100%? Who knows? But both these teams have their injuries. But last year, it kind of reminds me of the same game. That was the Bucs team that, wasn't really, they hadn't played with each other for a very long time. Now they have. There was no AB in that game. Scotty Miller had a big presence, of course, with that big touchdown pass at the end of the first quarter, or first half, excuse me. Gronk wasn't really 100% during that, run. You didn't feel like Gronk was Gronk. Feels like now Gronk is back at 100%. It's just going to depend, man. I don't know. I think this game's competitive, but I kind of see this game kind of going like last year. I really think so. This is a guy, I like Aaron Rodgers. I actually do. I'm a big fan of Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers has made me a fan this season of what he's done for this Packers team. But I can't trust the Packers to go win the NFC Championship game. I think the winner of this game will have a very good chance of winning the Super Bowl. I'll put it that way. But I like the Buccaneers. I like the Buccaneers again. I think they'll go into Tampa or into Green Bay. Excuse me. Tom Brady's gonna get the job done again. I saw it happen last season. What's to say Tom's not going to do it one more time? The defense by the NFC Championship game. This is so important. I'll say it right now because I have him in the NFC Championship game. All right, and I have them winning the NFC Championship game. If they can get healthy, this team's gonna be so dangerous because if they get to this spot, then they have to be healthy because they're not lasting in this playoffs if they're not getting healthy. If they beat the Eagles, I think Tampa Bay's going to the Super Bowl. If they lose, obviously they're out, which no doubt about it, right? Obviously. It's all going to come down to the Eagles game. If they can beat the Eagles, I think they're going to the Super Bowl. And I said that last year about the Buccaneers. I don't know if I said it on the channel. I said it on some video. If the Buccaneers can beat the Saints, I thought they were going to win the Super Bowl last season because that was their hurdle. They have to beat the Saints. They did it. They won the Super Bowl. This year seems kind of crazy. I think the hurdle's the Eagles. I just think they have to get out that first round. And if they get out the first round, they're going to be healthy. And again, if they get to the spot in the NFC Championship game, they have to be healthy. Because if they're not healthy, they're not winning that game against Philly. Or if they're not, somewhat close to 100%. So give me the Buccaneers. They're going to go on the road. They're going to win this game. It's going to be a shootout like normal. I think the Tampa Bay defense is going to do a very good job containing Green Bay like they did last year. It's going to be Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball a million times because I don't think, again, if Tampa's getting this far, Levante David's back, JPP's back, Shaq Barrett's back, Tyron Shoyinka, of course, is playing at end as well. It's going to be hard to run the football against this Tampa team. So Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers are going to throw the ball a million times as well. I think you'll see a shootout. Tampa's going to throw the ball a lot like they always do. Leonard Fournette's presence is unknown. We'll see if he comes back. We'll see if Rojo comes back. It might just be Le'Veon Bell in the backfield with Keyshawn Vaughn. But nonetheless, give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Second straight year, they're going to go into Green Bay. Rodgers is going to lose 3 straight NFC Championship games. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going back to the Super Bowl, back-to-back years. Brady and the Bucs get it done once more in Green Bay. Super Bowl 56, we have got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Cincinnati Bengals. Right now, the game's in Los Angeles. Will it be Dallas, Texas? I think it probably will be, just how everything's going, especially in California. So I think this game will probably end up in Texas. Just saying, I think it will. But here we go. Tampa and Cincinnati should be a fun one. It should be a fun one because Cincinnati's not trying to run the football a million times a game. It's just, that's not how they roll. The perfect matchup for Tampa Bay in the Super Bowl is the Titans. You know it is, right? Like, I know they struggle some with the run, but like I said earlier, if Tampa gets to the spot, you know they got to be healthy and they've got to find some solution to stopping the run if they're getting this far. So now you're just going to see legitimately Super Bowl 52 all over again. Buccaneers or Patriots, Eagles, basically this game. Tampa's secondary is not very good. I mean, hell, they got to try out Richard Sherman to play a lot of snaps in a game, and who knows if he's even healthy for the playoffs. They got Carlton Davis. They got SMB, Sean Murphy-Bunting. They've got Winfield and Whitehead back there as well. They got Mike Edwards. They've got all those guys, sure. But it's going to be a shootout if they get in this game. I mean, Burrow's going to throw the ball all over the place here on this Buccaneers secondary. I think he's going to. It's going to be trouble for Tampa in this game if they take on the Bengals. I mean, for Tom Brady, I could acknowledge, Mike Hilton's a very good corner for the Bengals. Jesse Bates is always a problem in the secondary as well. But, I mean, really, I don't really see Tom Brady having any problems throwing the football this season, this postseason against any team. It's just a matter of, can they keep scoring? Can they, finish in the red zone? And can the defense do their job as well? Because Tom Brady's going to get the job done in the postseason. That's just the way he is, right? So it just comes a matter to, can Joe Burrow get the job done in the big game like Tom Brady? I don't think he can. I think the Buccaneers are going to win. I think they're going to. You got to take experience in this one. Tom Brady's 44 years old. Joe Burrow is 25, 24? Come on now. The Buccaneers are going to win this game. The Bengals are going to be a good team. This team will probably win a Super Bowl in the next 5 years. I think they will. This team is heading there. They're on the right path. But for now, Tom Brady's not passing the torch just yet. It's going to be just like last year, too. When you thought he was going to pass the torch to Patrick Mahomes, this year you're thinking he's going to pass the torch to Joe Burrow. Not just yet. Tom Brady's going to win. Damn it. Buccaneers are going to look for 3 in a row next season. That's what I think. I think Tampa's going back-to-back. I know all the injuries at hand. The Antonio Brown stuff, too. No AB, no Godwin in the receiving core. I've seen Tom Brady win with a whole of a hell lot worse. I saw Tom Brady win a Super Bowl with Danny Amendola. Julian Edelman was on the team too, but Danny Amendola, Brandon Lloyd, all those guys. He was throwing the ball to the most random dudes on that team. Hell, I saw him throw for 505 receiving or passing yards in one game, throwing to Danny Amendola, Chris Hogan. Brandon Cooks was out with injury, so he was literally throwing to Chris Hogan and Danny Amendola the entire game. And I saw that man put up 500 plus in the Super Bowl. I'm never doubting Tom Brady. There's one man in sports you do not bet against. It is Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to win the Super Bowl. Do not bet against this man. I'm going with the Buccaneers to beat the Cincinnati Bengals in an all-time shootout. Hell, I think the Bucs get to 40. I think the Bengals get to high 30s. But give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win Super Bowl 56. Tom Brady gets number 8. And the Buccaneers are back-to-back world champions. And folks, that will do it for our playoff predictions here on the channel. We're taking the Buccaneers for the second straight season in a row, and we're taking them to beat the Cincinnati Bengals in the Super Bowl. So folks, again, make sure that subscribe button down below. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like as well. Leave any comments if you disagree with any of my picks. Maybe you think the Steelers are winning the Super Bowl against, I don't know, maybe they'll beat the Philadelphia Eagles in the Battle of Pennsylvania. Who knows? Anything can happen. It's the NFL postseason. But for now, going with Tampa Bay. Folks, thank you all for watching. Make sure that subscribe button down with more. And Mamba forever.